Hi friends, we're back. I know the camera's lopsided. I have you balancing on like books and crap that's sitting on my desk. But welcome back to another video. We are 6 days post show, and I feel like my brain is starting to come back to normal-ish, which is nice. So I said that I would just give you kind of like a little run through of what I've been doing, what the plans are now moving forward. And you know what I hate as well? I hate when like people like document their prep, and then when it comes to like the reverse and then the off season, they just disappear and they only kind of document like when they're dieting or anything like that. So my goal is that I'm not that person, because yeah, I like, for me, like, if I find it really interesting to see like what goes on behind the scenes. Do you know what I mean? Of a prep. So we've gotten judges' feedback back, which I was actually a little bit surprised. No, I was going to say I'm surprised by, but we kind of had an idea what the feedback was going to be. But also, we have a game plan as well for what we're going to do. You would have seen the title of the last video to this one was, Am I Finished Competing? And the answer is yes for this year. Not forever. Because I'm just so bodybuilding. Like, I actually don't really know what else I would do. Like, bodybuilding gives me so much. Although, yes, was it emotional, like coming fifth out of 5. I just laugh because I'm like, fuck me, that's insane. Like, was it annoying? Yes. Was it a little bit upsetting? Of course, yes. But at the same time, like, if we look at any of like the top pros, like the top Olympians, they've all taken like massive losses. And the way that I just kind of see it is like, if they can get over where tens and thousands of people are watching them take these losses, I'm sure I'll be okay, and I'm sure I can bounce back, you know. But also, I just feel that I am going to look back in a few months and I'm going to think that's probably the best thing that could have happened to me, because had I have finished the season on a win, yes, it would have fed my ego, right? And like, wouldn't that be amazing to finish the season like that? But you learn more from losses than you do from wins, and that's something I will always stand by. And anytime I've been like faced with like a setback or anything like that, I've always come back stronger. So I just know that this is going to be the exact fucking same. Like, we knew it, even if I had have come first, right? Even if I had have won my class, or if I had come top 3, which was kind of my goal, I did want to stay in that top 3 because that's where I've been kind of sitting all season. We still would have been doing the same thing. That was still going to be the last show. We still, like, we know we still need more muscle. Do you know what I mean? It's the pursuit of the glute. So, like, it doesn't really change anything. And like I touched on at the end of like my last video, we need to get bloods done. Like, we really need to get bloods done. Meg was saying initially like 6 weeks, but I just kind of said to her, I just want to get to the root of the issue earlier. So we're going to do 4 weeks. So 4 weeks from now we'll get bloods done. A few reasons why I do think my thyroid is a little bit non-functioning as a thyroid is like I mentioned, my voice going hoarse, the extreme fatigue that I was experiencing, no matter how much rest and like how much sleep I got, how much pulling back we did, extra food, it wasn't doing anything for me. But I'm just the kind of person, and I'm not trying to make myself sound hardcore, but I'm just the kind of person where I'm like, let's fucking ball, let's just get it done. Do you know what I mean? But also, when it comes to my midsection, one thing that I always had going for me with my physique was I always had a tiny midsection. And this year, now I'm not saying I have a big midsection or anything like that, but this was the first year where my midsection did look distended, and it was very hard for me to hold my midsection on stage. I've never had to think about my midsection on stage, and I know that's not really a good thing, but I've never really had to think about it. No matter how much vacuums I was doing in the morning or anything like that, yeah, and that is a sign that the thyroid isn't really operating at full capacity. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up some of my training clips from today. Technically shouldn't be back training, but I needed it for my head. more than anything else, and I took it very, very easy because there's a lot of movement patterns that I haven't actually done in 3 or 4 years, so I will take you guys through them. But overall, like, I'm feeling pretty good. Like, I'm very tired, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I still feel like I'm in prep, which is normal. I'm only 6 days post show. We are running higher foods. Like, we have the off season meal plan set, but yesterday and today we've actually ran higher foods than that. So yeah, I will take you guys through how my training is looking at the moment. Main areas to focus on is the glutes and hamstrings, of course. We just want more density, so more mass on that ass. What's going on? It is a few days later. I can't remember where I left off the last clip, but I said, you know what, let me take you through the supplements that I'm currently taking post show to, 1, regain my cycle, and 2, just general health, I suppose. So we have magnesium biglycinate. So the I take 2 different forms of magnesium. So I have magnesium biglycinate, and then I have magnesium citrate. Citrate I take in the morning time. Biglycinate I take in the evening time. The reason I take biglycinate in the evening time is because it helps with muscle relaxation. So it basically just helps you ease into a deeper sleep. Now, magnesium biglycinate, or just magnesium glycinate, is actually the most bioavailable form of magnesium. So just basically it's easier for your body to break down. So yeah, that's in the evening time. I also take vitamin D3 and K2. So basically K2 helps the absorption of vitamin D3. Vitamin D3, to be honest, everyone should be taking, especially if you live in Ireland or the UK, because guess what, we don't get an awful lot of sun. And for me anyway, I don't spend an awful lot of time in the sun, even though like this summer has actually been quite good in Ireland and the UK. But with the nature of my job, I'm inside on the laptop most days. So yeah, like I always laugh like when I see like I'll just put up like check-ins by the pool or whatever. I'm like, I did try during like the massive heat wave, I did try bring the laptop outside, but I can't really see the screen properly, and then I end up getting like a migraine because I'm like this the whole time. So yeah, that's basically on that. Then we have omega-3s. These are from, so the magnesium, this one is from Trained by JP. The other one is just a Holland and Barrett one. Then this is from Elevate Subs. This is actually an Irish brand. They're based up in Northern Ireland, and the quality of their supplements is actually amazing. Like what's actually in them. So a lot of what I find, for example, Holland and Barrett, like you might think that you're like, oh yeah, like it's a good brand, but then you actually look at like the dosage mightn't actually be that great. But well, the one like the magnesium that I picked up, this is actually grand. But yeah, like the Elevate Subs, they're honestly, I was very, very surprised. And the same with the vitamin D3 and K2. Like this is 5,000 I use of vitamin D3 and 200 mcg of vitamin K2. So yeah, the higher dosage. Oh, are we back? Yeah. So a higher dosage of vitamin D3. That's also quite good for just boosting your immune system. I think I touched on in the last portion of the video, or else it was the like show day run through where I was saying how this year I've been on steroids and antibiotics something like 4 times this year, and we're only in July. So yeah, my immune system is definitely a little bit shot, so having something like that in is great for boosting your immune system. The camera started to die, so I had to plug it in. Then we have, so engineered muscle, we have krill oil. So again, like because my fats were quite low, and they're gonna be low in a body, like in a bodybuilding prep, you know, like it's not, again, bodybuilding itself is healthy, but a bodybuilding prep is not actually healthy. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused. Like day to day, the bodybuilding lifestyle is very healthy, but a competition prep is not healthy. Of course, like you're bringing your body to very low body fat levels, output is crazy high, calories can be quite low. So again, this is boost the immune system. This will also help hormonal balance as well. So that's basically what we're doing now. The dose that I'm taking for this is 2,000 mgs, and then once then my cycle does return, if I have it correctly, what Meg has down on my sheets, that we will actually increase this to 4,000. So I actually take this AM and PM, so I do 2,000, 2,000, but once my cycle does return on day 1 and then day 15, if I have that correctly, we'll increase it to 4,000. So that's that. Then we have zinc. So zinc we have in at 50 milligrams. So I take 2 of these. These are 25 milligrams. But also, just so you guys know, if you have the copper coil, so the contraception copper coil, the copper coil actually can deplete your zinc stores. So it is actually quite good that you have zinc in it. Zinc is also quite good for maintaining testosterone levels. It's also very good for your immune system, which is why you'll often see vitamin C and zinc as well in like the same tablet, because it is good for the immune system again. So this bad boy. Then what else? We have vitamin E. This is good for hormonal balance, but also vitamin E is very good for your hair, skin and nails. Like I touched on as well in my previous video, that my hair has started to shed an awful lot, which it can happen in a bodybuilding prep again, because bodybuilding isn't bodybuilding competitively isn't the healthiest thing, but I do think it is more so related to my thyroid, because I noticed that the same time that I was going hoarse an awful lot, that my hair was also starting to fall out an awful lot as well. Now, I am blessed that I do still have quite a lot of hair. But yeah, vitamin E will just help with that. But again, you'll see like in a lot of skincare products that there's vitamin E added, because it is good for your skin as well. Then we have, actually, I don't know, I'm not taking that, gone through that. We're also adding in, I can never pronounce this. It's myo-inositol. Now this actually only arrived today, so I haven't started taking this, but this I will start to take in the morning time. This again is just to help hormonal balance, just to try and bring back cycle, but it's also very good for your blood glucose regulation also. There is another supplement I wanted to show you guys. So we're also taking Tudka. So if you know, you know. So in a bodybuilding prep, again, your liver can take a little bit of a battering. So we have, this is very good just for helping to like, oh, are we back? Detoxifying the liver. Now, it's not that I'm like on a detox or anything like that, but it just basically it helps to restore the bile in the liver, which also makes it easier to go to the bathroom. So this is actually, Tudka is something that we actually started using in peak week going into Alicante, because this is probably TMI, but you guys, you're gonna hear it all. I was finding it very, very difficult to go to the bathroom. Again, that's another sign that my thyroid, what is going on with this camera? We're back. That's another sign that my thyroid just wasn't in the greatest place. That is another thing that can happen, is constipation. Now, that can also happen at the back end of a bodybuilding prep because food is quite low, and then leading into peak week, because you're reducing the amount of food volume, it can be quite difficult to go to the bathroom. We've seen it more so at muscle contest, and then again, like that was myself and Meg's first proper peak week together. So then we just decided we were going to add in Tudka in the morning time with the coffee, just to try and help me go to the toilet. And you know what? It worked amazingly. So super happy with that. And so far my digestion has actually been quite good. But again, like food volume is that little bit higher. And the body is starting to relax a little bit more. But I think that's pretty much it of what I'm taking at the moment. But yeah, today is like the first day, like I'm what now, 9 days post-show, 8 days, something like that, post-show. And today is, I can hand on heart say, today is the first day that I kind of feel like in any way back to myself. It does take time, and I know that like I could wake up tomorrow and I could feel all over the place again, but it is just going to take time. Again, like my body has been through an awful lot, and I am really grateful. Like my body has lasted as long as it's lasted in this prep. This was the longest season I've ever been able to do, to be honest, because it was managed so well. But I do, like I said before, like I do have problems with my thyroid. I've had problems with my thyroid since I was 17. Like it got to a point where basically like I was seeing an awful lot of weight gain. Now I wasn't eating properly, and I wasn't going to the gym or anything like that. Like I wasn't yeah, basically I wasn't taking care of myself. But the weight that was going on was very, very quick, and I was just exhausted all the time. I was getting sick an awful lot. So when the doctor did bloods, he actually discovered that, yeah, my thyroid was quite underactive. So I've been on medication for my thyroid for a number of years. So I'm not someone who finds it very easy to lose body fat or anything like that. Like in a prep, I do have to push, and even in a diet, I do have to push, and that's just the way that it is, you know. But I am going to have another meal, because it's coming up to like 1:30. I'm only 2 meals in. I'd normally be 3 meals in by now. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my third meal, and then I'm going to show you actually the outfits that I have planned, or lack of outfits that I have planned for the photo shoot. So the photo shoot, what date are we now? We're the 27th of July. So my photo shoot is literally in like 21 days, something like that. I'm not great in maths now, guys. But yeah, it's coming up pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the outfits that I have planned. I wanted to go like more like simplistic, like have it more about the physique. So yeah, that's the crack, guys. So I will catch you guys in a bit. Hello, what is going on, friends? It is the next day, because I got very tired yesterday. But I've sad news, right? So before British finals, I got my nails done, right? And I got these cute little bows put onto my nails. Now, when I was getting them done, the girl did say, she was like, I know you're in the gym all the time. She's like, I don't think that they're going to last. About 3 days later, one of them popped off. I went back in, I got it stuck back on. But then today, when I was tying my shoelaces, it fell off. And now I'm just left with like this mound of like gel or acrylic or whatever it is to stick it down. So I'm like, this is a sign. They do keep getting caught in my hair, in all fairness. How they haven't come off in the gym, I don't know. I don't know how I've pulled that off. But the nails are quite long, but I want to keep them long for the photo shoot, and then they are going to come down. And I'm getting a bit sick of like the plain French. I've had it since April, and I want to get some fun shit on my nails. But I just feel like for the shows and for the photo shoot, it's better to go like simple with the nails. But speaking of the photo shoot, I want to show you guys what I'm thinking outfit wise. So let me grab the bag. So like I was saying, I have some stuff left over from the photo shoot that I did last year with Stephen Black that I didn't actually end up wearing. So now this is a maybe. I'm not sure on this one. This is like it's like an all-in-one, but see, it's purple. It's like an all-in-one, but it's kind of got like straps and stuff. I just thought that could be kind of cool. Now, I did get this in a medium, and even I remember at that shoot, and I was a good bit bigger than I am now, I remember the things that I got in a medium didn't really fit. So I don't know how this is gonna work. I will probably have to try it on, but this is on the maybe list anyway. Then I have this underwear set that I've never even worn. It's like an luminous pink. The camera isn't really picking it up properly. I think it's because it's so bright, but it's like an luminous pink, so it's definitely like very different from something that I would normally wear, because I normally just wear like dark colours or purple. So I thought that could be kind of cute. I did do a pink and red set last year, but I think like with the tan, the dark hair, it could be a vibe. Then I have this from last year. So this I really like. I didn't get to wear it, but I don't know if you can see if it's showing up. So this is like, right, it's black obviously, but it's like a petrol kind of, you know, like, oh, it's so annoying, it's not really showing up. Like, it's like rainbow kind of. So I think that's kind of cool. And I think it's like, as well, like, I can make then the shots with this like very about the physique, do you know what I mean? Because this is like quite simple. I don't know, because I kind of basically, when I went in, I just laid all the outfits out for Stephen, and I just kind of got him to pick what he kind of thought was going to photograph well. He didn't pick this, which I was surprised with, because I was like, oh, that could be really cool, like if it like reflects or whatever. But maybe, oh, you can kind of see it there, but maybe it just won't photograph well, but I'm bringing it anyway. Then I have, now this I have worn for a shoot before, but I really fucking liked it, so I think I'm going to do it again. So it's like an all-in-one, but this like goes like this, so it's like a cross kind of like halter neck, yeah. And then there's like straps then that go around the waist. I do remember this was big on me, and I'm a lot smaller than what I was for that shoot, so I think I had to like tie the back of it. I just used a bobbin, I think, on the day. But this I really like, so it's like a white, but like a white like PVC, like fake leather, you know. Then I have this, right? So I don't know if you can see. Oh wait, it's the wrong way around. So this is actually a top. I know you guys are probably like, how is that a top? Okay, so bear with me. Okay, focus. So this, and then this will tie around my neck, okay? And then this part will tie around the back. So yeah, okay, there's not a lot of coverage, okay, yeah, I get it, but I'm thinking of like doing like the black leather set maybe, or whatever you want to call a fake leather set underneath. And I just think that this could be a bit of a vibe. It's given like festival. I've never been to a festival, by the way, but it's giving festival. Then I have just like plain black bottoms, so like high leg bottoms. So I'm thinking like that could potentially be kind of cool with this. Maybe I won't wear anything underneath. We'll see. But yeah, I just thought that could be a bit of a vibe. Then I have this red top. So it's like a boob tube, right? But then it has these like long things. It has these long things that you can kind of like, so when I wore it before, I did it like across this way around my neck down here, so it was like, yeah, it was cool. So I have this, and then I have this Playboy set that I actually completely forgot about. So I'm thinking these bottoms, now I tell all my clients I don't wear like leopard or anything printed, but I just think that this is a bit of a vibe. So I was thinking, like, obviously I could go with the matching top, which is like that, and then it just says Playboy across it. Or I could do the top that I was showing you before, like the crisscross. So I thought that might be a bit cool, but then I also now I'm thinking, I'm like, the leopard, the crisscross, it could be a bit much. They're the outfits that I have, and I know in my mom's I also have this, now this is stunning, but it is in a medium. It's like lace and leather, like a lingerie set. No, sorry, lace and feather. So there's like, it's stunning. It's honestly, it's beautiful. One of my clients actually wore it before for a photo shoot, and I was like, I need that. That is actually beautiful. But it is in a medium, so I'm like, I'm not actually sure what way that's gonna look. But I'm gonna bring it. It's like cream as well, so it's like whimsical. So I'm gonna bring that as well, and I'm gonna bring a shit ton of bobbins, so I can basically just tie up the outfits. The concept of the shoot, I do want it to be like a little bit more sexy. So the last photo shoot that I did, it was more like sporty kind of a vibe, whereas this, I do want it to be a little bit more sexy. I've never really done a proper like sexy kind of a shoot before, but I want to do it. I want to push outside of my comfort zone with this photo shoot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's in something like 18 days now. Yeah, 18 days. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm also really looking forward to catching up with Stephen. I send all my clients to Stephen, and the way that it's worked out, like with my shows and stuff, I haven't been able to go to, I'll bring these down a little bit. I haven't been able to go to any of my clients' photo shoots, unfortunately, because where Stephen is, it's like 4 hours, a 4 hour drive from me. then you're realistically talking about getting accommodation, because that drive is intense, guys, intense. Because like it's grand until you get to like about like Belfast, and then from Belfast onwards it's all like back roads. And guys, if there's anyone watching from Northern Ireland, yous drive like maniacs up there. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, so I know that I said that I was going to run through my training with you guys in this video. I'm actually going to do a separate video on it. I might bring the camera into the gym tomorrow. So this week is the first week of full volume training. I've just been doing devolume sessions because I've just been quite tired now. Today I woke up and I felt grand, and then I was finishing off my steps. This was about 1 o'clock now. I've been up since like before 5, and that's like steps, check-ins, training, everything like that. So, and then we went back to baseline food as well, which is like about 300 calories less, and I'm feeling it today. So I actually went back to bed in the middle of the day after I finished my steps for an hour, and I woke up, I was ravenous, I was so hungry, oh my god, which is unusual because I've actually found that like the last couple of days I didn't really have much of an appetite, but look, hey ho, we move. What else do I have to update you on? Oh, I also had an off-plan meal. I had an off-plan meal on Sunday. My plan was to do like a homemade chicken burger, chips, and then have a cookie and my creamy, but basically we were out longer than what we intended to be, so I ended up getting McDonald's, and I haven't had McDonald's in about a year. I got the hot honey crispy chicken burger. It was nice, but it wasn't very filling, and I can make unreal food. So as I was eating, I was like, I wish that I was just having my own food. Like, for the calories that were spent, it just wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it. But yeah, that's basically it. Meg was like, I want you to have the off-plan meal, which I was like, I'm kind of okay with my own food. But then, do you know what? Then the training session on Monday, the day after, was actually really, really good. So it was needed, to be fair. And I told Meg like everything that I had. And so I had like the McDonald's. Now when I get like a chicken burger, or when I get anything from McDonald's, I don't get any sauce, I don't get any like cheese. Now I did get the hot honey sauce on it because it's a hot honey burger. Sauce was interesting. It was very spicy but also sweet at the same time. It was a weird sensation, but anywho, like I don't get like the cheese or bacon or anything like that on it, so technically it's like lower calorie than what the burger would be normally. But I told Meg everything that I had, and she was like, yeah, like I'm happy with it. She was like, it's just the quality of the food. I was like, look, I'm not a McDonald's person. I would much rather, to be honest, I'd much rather make something at home myself, like a chicken burger, make it the exact way that I want it, save the calories, and then have like an unreal dessert. I've had such a sweet tooth lately. I won't lie. But anyway, I am going to wrap this video up here. I hope you enjoyed the rambles. Let me know what you thought of the outfits as well. Or if you guys have any recommendations on where to get good outfits for photo shoots. Because most of that stuff came from Shein. The Playboy set was from Misguided. The white all-in-one, the like leather, fake leather, that was from Pretty Little Thing, but from years ago. And then that white and the lace and feather set that I'm talking about was also from Shein. So if you guys know anywhere that's not going to take more than a few days for delivery, or if there's any even shops that you would recommend going into, let me know, because now I'm like, is that enough outfits to bring? I don't know. I just hope that I like them. But yeah, I will love yous and leave yous. Thank you so much for watching. If you've gotten this far, you might as well subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I know this wasn't the most educational video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.